Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. User Boss here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Terraria. So this video is actually part of like a dual request, so yeah, thanks to you guys. So a lot of people have said that Terraria is basically just a Minecraft clone, and that's one of the biggest complaints it's had, and that's totally valid. I mean, you can totally see where it's come from. I mean, everything from the crafting, to the digging, to even the art style, the blockiness of it is sort of all pretty much taken straight from the book of Minecraft, but this game is a little bit different, and it does do some unique things, although I do have to agree with a lot of people in that it is very similar. Now first of all, we'll talk about the visuals. So the game runs at a solid 60 frames per second, which is obviously nice to see, and the game looks fairly crisp when zoomed out. However, once you zoom in, it loses some of its luster, as you can see the pixelation really start to kick in hard. When zoomed out, I mean, the effects are at the minimal, and the game really is not stunning, but it's serviceable. I mean, it's decent enough, and it's good for those people who are into that sort of SNES style retro art. For them it's great, but I mean, personally I'm not a big fan, but still it looks okay. The audio is, in my opinion, nothing really spectacular, but it is nice. I mean, it provides you with another sort of layer to the gaming experience, and provides a little bit of immersion which you wouldn't otherwise get. I mean, it's not the kind of tunes which you're going to be singing for days to come, but I think it is a nice addition, and to be honest, it's better than most tracks I've heard in other games. Now, it's safe to say that this game's appeal really lies in the long term. I mean, in the short term, i.e. when you first jump into the game, it's quite daunting, it's really not that fun, and I think it just sort of throws you in the deep end a bit. I mean, the tutorials are very cumbersome, they're slow, they're a little bit boring, and to be honest, I find myself just sort of rather exploring than actually trying to figure out what everything does, and that left me a little bit lost, and to be honest, I couldn't really see the point of the game. However, a couple of hours in, it all became more clear, and eventually the incentives start to kick in. Now, Terraria has an absolutely massive crafting system, and this is pretty much the game's main strong point. I mean, it's something that separates itself from other crafting games, you know, like Minecraft. I'd say it's actually probably more expansive in this game. I mean, there's not quite the same level of customization, although there is a fair bit, but the actual crafting really is very good. I mean, it's detailed, it's in-depth, and there's just so much to do. Like, I don't think I would ever find the end of that list. So yeah, if you're initially put off by the game, and this gameplay maybe looks a little bit boring to you, it's the kind of game where you really have to sort of play it for a bit, and really feel like you own your land. I mean, it's all randomly generated terrain, but you'll start to feel at home there, and you'll start to sort of want to harvest those materials, and have a sense of ownership. But I think once you actually start, I mean, the momentum really does pick up. I mean, you'll want to build your next magic boomerang and laser pistols and all this sort of thing, and it really does get quite interesting. There's a whole host of different enemies, and combat is probably emphasized more than other games in this genre. But to be honest, I would say that that's not exactly a positive, because combat is not the strong point of this game. The strong point is more the exploration and the crafting, and combat is simply just holding down or mashing the R button, which can be fun when you're sort of creating new and different weapons, but it doesn't allow for a very sort of fresh experience, and I think it does wear off after a bit. So whatever your randomly generated world turns out to be, the game does sort of follow a set of rules which determine its structure. I mean, most of the basic items you need to survive, things like torches and healing potions, they're all pretty much found on the surface, and you can get by with them. But the only way to obtain the rarest materials is to dig down deep, and that's where the enemies come in. So yeah, this game is actually quite a different experience. I mean, I actually got this for £4.29 I think it is on the PSN sale, and if you can pick it up for anything like that, I'd say it's well worth it. I mean, to be honest, even for the $10 price tag it usually is, this game has a hell of a lot of content. The visuals aren't amazing, but you know, once you actually sink your teeth into this, I don't think you'll even care. There is also a platinum trophy available for those of you who really want to get the most out of your money, because that will take quite a while to get. I have to say, it's pretty difficult. But having said that, I mean, Minecraft is on the horizon, and it's difficult as to whether or not this stacks up against it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.